Hello there. I'm Photo Dave, and this is Toypixx. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, first off, I'm not usually just kicked back like this, but second, Toypixx is all about getting people better at action figure photography, including myself. So that means that I'll talk about figures, I'll talk about photography and photo equipment, give some tips, tutorials, and things like that. And from time to time, I'll even just get involved in some action figure discussion videos so everybody can participate and we can see what the general pulse of the community is. So if any of that sounds good to you, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe. At the end of the video, you can even like and comment, and hey, it's good for the people. Or at least it's good for the me. Now, let's roll the intro. So for today's video, I'm just going to sit back and talk about 10 action figure pre-orders I'm pretty excited about. And at the end of the video, feel free to leave a comment as to what action figures you're really excited about when it comes to pre-orders. And now, let's get to, well, honestly, my number one. All these aren't really in an order, but this first one, I want bad. I want it now. And I don't have it now. Makes me sad. So the number one pre-order I'm really excited to be getting, and the reviews are already out, it's looking like my excitement is warranted, is the 3.0 MDLX Bumblebee. Now, he's pricey. He's less than 5 inches tall. He's like $60. He's a transformer that doesn't transform. And he's made of die-cast, partially, which Transformers today aren't really made of that, and some plastic. He is kind of an upgraded design, like if somebody were to take that bug that he were modeled on way back when, and if they took today's aesthetic, today's design sense and everything, and tried to make him today instead of back in '84 or whenever Diaclone made him, that's what he looks like. He just looks awesome to me, and I've never heard anyone say anything bad about 3.0. So right now, my number one most needed pre-order is the MDLX 3.0 Bumblebee, and I totally just reversed that. So the rest of these aren't really in any kind of order. I just typed them up, and that's it. So I guess the next figure on my list of 10 is the reissue Mafex Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. Now, why am I so excited about this one? For a few years now, I've been watching Robo on the Whoosh, and I'll be darned, every time a new Boba Fett comes out, it's like, still can't beat the Mafex Boba Fett. Still can't beat the Mafex. This one's cool. Still can't beat the Mafex Boba Fett. The Mafex Boba Fett figure is like 5 years old, and people are still having trouble trying to top it. So when I saw these reissues were coming out, and yes, I ordered the Return of the Jedi one too, I hopped on them. I jumped on them. I needed them, and I needed them now. Just like Bumblebee. I feel like there's a song that could maybe relay my feelings, but then there's copyright strikes. You'll have those difficulties as somebody with a YouTube channel, I suppose. And the next figure on my list is, well, frankly, whichever Mezco comes out next that I have on pre-order. I don't know when these things are going to come out. I don't know. And people seem to give them a pass. It's cool. It's Mezco. Like, it's the first Mezco I've ever ordered, so I'm not sure it's cool. It's Mezco. But I will tell you, I am excited to possibly be getting my first Mezco, whether it's Bishop, Ghost Rider, or the Fantastic Four. I also am waitlisted for Mr. Freeze, but I got on the wait list pretty late, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to secondary market that bad boy. But I am really excited about those. I think the more I look at the listings, the more excited I am about Ghost Rider than the rest of them. I just don't see Mayfex or SHF or any of those companies really trying to knock out the big flaming skull dude. The next one, and this is take one, I'm trying to get this name correct, so if you hear this, you know I pulled it off. The next one is Diaclone Tactical Mover Gamma Versalter. Let's check the notes. Nailed it. But yeah, that'll be my first Diaclone figure, and I got sick in the head and ordered 4 of them because I looked at them and I just thought, this thing looks sweet. And I've been looking for a reason to jump into Diaclone without breaking the bank on one of the other figures. So, while 4 of these is pretty expensive, it's still 4 versus 1 that I'd get for the same amount or more. So yeah, I'm really excited. They've got this really cool black and red design with some green eyes, and I'm curious really to see what their little Diaclone dude looks like, and or the Dianaut kind of thing. I'm just really interested about this line, and I want to check it out, and I think that those figures are a great way to get it started. Next up, we have the SHF Mandalorian Luke Skywalker. And yeah, I might have been the only person who for years had some Black Series figures and didn't have a Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. And why do I bring this up? Because if you take the robe off of this figure that's coming out, he looks just like the Return of the Jedi Luke, which is great for me because when you throw the robe back on, suddenly he has that Mando Luke look. Mando Luke look. I did that in one take too. Yeah, go me. But anyway, that means I'm kind of getting 2 figures for the price of 1, and the Jedi Luke takes me back to the childhood, while the Mando Luke keeps him pretty rockin' and current. So I'm pretty excited about this. It'll also be my first dip into SHF. Okay, it won't. There's a couple others coming before that, but I'm pretty excited about Luke. Another figure I'm super excited about simply because it gives Superman somebody to throw down with is the Beast Kingdom Darkseid. Now, yeah, we've seen the photos. We know he has the funky wrists. My hope is that somehow the photographer just didn't get his wrists seated. That's action figure wrist stuff going on there. My hope is that he just didn't get his wrists seated exactly how it should have been. And so while he was kind of articulating the wrists, I gotta stop with the whole moving the hands, I think. I don't know. But while he was moving the wrists and all that stuff, it just pulled out or a little bit or something. It just wasn't seated properly. That's my hope. Fortunately, if my hope is wrong and I get him and I just can't get around those wrists, there's an eBay for that. Next up is the Mayfex Batman Hush Harley Quinn. Now, I've never had a Harley Quinn figure before, so I'm really excited to get this. When I look at the poses that she can hit in the product images, she just looks like she's jumping straight out of Hush, minus any kind of gun, of course. But she looks phenomenal, and I know that people have said the DC Icons version is also phenomenal, and I can still find her on the secondary market pretty cheap. There's just something that I love about Mayfex's Hush line. It is my favorite subline right now, and I just don't want to deviate from it. Plus, I'm kind of a Mayfex. I don't know what I would say. I was going to say something that would make this less family friendly. Basically, Mayfex owns me and is free to rent me out to whomever they choose. The next figure I'm pretty stoked about getting is the 3-0 MDLX Optimus Prime. Now, I'm most excited for Bumblebee just because I've never had a 3-0 figure before, but I've also never heard anybody say anything bad about a 3-0 figure before, so I'm pretty stoked about that. But let's be honest. Every Transformers line is judged based on their Optimus Prime. It's like if you go to a pizza place and you order pepperoni and it comes out and it's a terrible pepperoni pizza. In my view, you never have to go back to that pizza place because, man, they can't even nail pepperoni. So if I get the MDLX Optimus Prime and 3-0 has not nailed Prime, well, do I really need to get more? Spoiler alert, I've seen the pics. 3-0 totally nailed Prime. Now, the second to last figure I have on this list is the Mafex Symbiote Spider-Man. Now, why am I so geeked about that? Well, I'll tell you why. As much as Mafex owns my soul, I don't have a single Spidey. Now, I thought about getting the Ben Reilly when it came out earlier this year, but I thought, I need to read more with Ben Reilly. I don't have much of an attachment to the character, and I'm trying to be much more selective about what I get. I obviously have a connection with Peter Parker, the Venom symbiote, all that. I'm just in that age bracket. You know, the age from when Spider-Man was first created all the way to now, where Peter seems to be my Spider-Man and is my Spider-Man. So, anywho, I'm digressing a touch because, nerd, I'm just stoked to have a Mafex Spider-Man. I've never heard anybody say bad things about their Spider-Mans, whether it's the Peter B, whether it's the Ben Reilly, the original. Gosh, man, I wish I didn't miss that original. Anywho, yeah, super geek to be getting Symbiote Spider-Man. And the last pre-order I'm really looking forward to this year so far, because the year is young. Although I have pre-orders out till November, that Beast Kingdom Darkseid is going to take a while to get here, and let's be honest, with the way shipping is, he might not come out till 2023. But, again, with digressing, even though I don't really collect this line anymore, I am still super stoked to be getting the Marvel Legends Galactus. Yeah. When I saw him, when I pre-ordered him, that was kind of the catalyst to needing to pre-order the Mezco Fantastic Four. I'm not the biggest Fantastic Four fan, but I understand their legacy and their importance in Marvel Comics. So I wanted to get them, and I wanted to get them right, and I don't need more than one copy of the whole thing. So I figured let's just knock them out right with Mezco. If somebody comes out with a really good Invisible Woman and totally flamed on Johnny, then I'm good, and we can call it a day. And then there's Doctor Doom, which Mezco also teased. Anywho, that's the whole point. One Galactus is going to be just this massive Fantastic Four centerpiece, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So that's it for this list of 10 pre-orders I'm really excited about getting. I kind of like this sort of more chill format. Just kind of, sitting here, and it's the right time for it. It's, let's see, it's about 1:27 a.m. on Friday as I'm recording this, because I'm going out with the family this weekend, so I won't have time to record videos, so I'm trying to knock a couple out. So it's possible maybe I just don't sleep tonight and I record another one of these just like this. Maybe with a pillow behind me, I don't know. Anyway, folks, if you're digging the content, if you like this video, make sure and hit like, comment, subscribe. Let me know again in the comment section which pre-orders you're really looking forward to. And, we'll talk about it. No big whoop. I just might not be able to talk about it till Monday. With that out of the way, have fun and happy snapping. See ya.